What is going on, Duff Daddies and Duff Mamas? It is Thursday, March 3rd. You may be wondering why I have a bunch of dirt on my forehead. It is currently Ash Wednesday, but we will be posting this tomorrow. But welcome to the Duffin Up podcast. As always, I have the two best co-hosts in all the land. First, we'll start off with the one, the only, Michael Adams. Mike, how you doing tonight, bud?
Brendan, we're doing well, man. We're doing well. Hope the same right back at you. And Timmy, how you doing, brother?
I'm good there, Michael. I'm good there, Brendan. I am about 12 hours away from getting on a plane heading down to Orlando to play some golf. I mean, I'm high as a kite right now on golf.
I know. It is. Oh,
all three of us, right? All three of us got some golf in the forecast, right?
We do.
Brendan, what are you going for that bachelor party?
Scottsdale, Arizona. So
the creme.
Yeah, I know. I got to hit up friend of the pod, Sam, this weekend. Tell him I'm coming down. I think a couple of the other guys who we're kind of friendly with on the social media streams are either Arizona or Southern California too. I know that. But yeah, no, I'm so excited, dude. I've never been to Arizona. I'm so excited. I migrated back up to the cold. I immediately regretted my decision as soon as I got here, and I'm going down for more warmth. That's all that matters right now.
Have you ever played desert golf before?
No. So I am terrified of rattlesnakes too. Remember when we were talking about Chunky, and he's like, when we were talking a couple podcasts ago, we interviewed our friend Chunky. Shout out Chunky Golfer. And he was like, I always carry that fake snake around.
He was the originator. He was the originator.
Oh, if you do that to me, I'm like, I am going to be looking. I'm going to be hearing for that rattling like 24/7 this weekend because I am terrified of a freaking rattlesnake.
I mean, I'm not even thinking of the creatures out there. I'm thinking of the treacherous, like, I mean, you either have to hit it on the fairway
or you're in sand. Or you're in desert.
Or you're in the sand or in the cacti and all that.
You're not wrong.
It sounds hard.
I think it's going to be horrendous. It's not going to be horrendous. So number one, we're playing at like a public court. Like we're not playing at like the stadium course or anything like that. My buddy, shout out Alec, and his brother are playing the stadium course tomorrow together as like a twosome. It's like Nate's gift to Alec for like getting married and everything. Super fun stuff. But he's going to be playing there tomorrow, and then we're going to be playing some like ratchet course because like me, Alec, and Nate are really the only guys that like golf in the group, and the rest of the guys are all renting clubs, and it's gonna be a great time though. I'm looking so much forward to it.
You're underselling it.
I'm hard underselling it, dude.
But Timmy,
I'm so excited for Arizona.
The second you get in those cacti or whatever, that's when the trigger goes off. Like, oh shit! Like, and that's gonna be first hole for me at least. Like, you're gonna squirt it way right, and you're gonna hit red gravel, and then this like tumbleweed shit that's actually stuck in the ground, and then you're looking at every which way for camouflaged, rattlesnakes, and I have never played either. So where we're going, Timbo, we got to worry about the big green things, right?
Right, but you're telling me that the kid's not going to take over on you, and you're not going to like see a lizard and want to catch it? I know. When I'm near a pond, I want to catch those frogs.
This is a disclaimer.
I do like to catch it.
For anybody listening, number one. Oh wow, Siri! What's up, Siri?
Coming in hard.
Number one crab catcher of all time. If there was a competition, Timmy O'Reilly, number one crab catcher. This kid,
I'm missing a finger because of it.
Us as kids, boy, we caught the little ones, but Timmy's going after the big guys, the ones that could chop your fingers off. How do we get on that?
I'm not very smart, and that kind of is a good thing.
Fearless.
Absolutely fearless.
That's like us on the golf course this weekend, boys.
That's right.
Oh, so if you're wondering why we've been stalling,
golf course, hopefully.
No,
Mike, you went to Scottsdale. You've been to Scottsdale,
yeah,
right?
You went to the WM.
Didn't golf.
Did not golf. Did not
You went to
golf.
the waste
Why did you
management,
go?
right?
It was pre-COVID, and my friends at the time, I mean, a couple of them were golfers, but if we went this year, we would have definitely golfed. But we went to the waste management. Yeah, Scottsdale. We did that whole thing. It was wild. I just want to keep going though, but like for any PC Friars fans, I know there are a couple that listen to this. When I said waste management, you see those that's fun golf, like tossing the beer cans, tossing hole in one, the liquid flying everywhere. If you were at the dunk this past Wednesday or Thursday, Timmy, week from today, maybe against Xavier, and then they go in and beat Creighton.
Wednesday.
No, against Creighton. I'm sorry. It was this past weekend.
Yeah, it was Saturday.
Yeah, Drew Fonts scores
Saturday.
a bucket. Drew Fonts scores a bucket, and the place goes nuts. My dad is saying PC should be ashamed of themselves, ashamed for doing that, for letting that happen. I'm like, Dad, you got to be kidding me. The whole student section, both sides were calling in Drew Fonts at 3:30 to go. Then they called him in at 2:30 to go. And then he goes and scores a bucket. Senior night, 5th-year senior kid who's like a captain but never plays. I mean, I'm going on a tangent here, but it's well deserved. Let's go Friars. It's March, baby. Man, MASH is right around the corner.
Andrew Fonts, he bleeds black. I mean, that guy he's been a Friar fan ever since he was a kid. I mean, they grew up Friar fans. They want to go. His brother's on the team now. You're right. He's the absolute captain that never plays. Doesn't matter if he plays because the team chemistry is wrapped around him. So what do you mean? Your dad said that the PC should be ashamed?
My dad came over the other day and he said that they should have handled it better, that they could have controlled the liquid. No, but I'm telling you, that wouldn't have happened for any other bucket. If Drew Fonts doesn't make that bucket, there's no liquid going anywhere. The fans, the student section, they were so electrified by that bucket. They just couldn't control it. So there's no way you could have done anything different there if you're the dunk. If someone got hurt, it's too bad. I'm sorry. But it was an incredible moment as a PC fan. Brendan, I know you're going to sit back over there and say Villanova too.
I'm thinking the same thing. He's just waiting to talk about Villanova.
Look at that grin over there. Little Christian boy with his ashes.
Catholic boy. Providence is a Catholic school too.
I know. Damn it.
Golly.
That was a good game last night, though. Good game last night.
It was fantastic. Duffin Up has officially turned from a golf podcast into a college basketball podcast, and we're going that way. No, I'm kidding.
It's that time of year.
Oh, it is. Honestly, March is my favorite because not only, obviously, college basketball getting rolling, the golf world getting really rolling. Like, this is really when it starts coming in. And just all the sports are picking up, except for one. Except for one. As you can tell, this is Duffin Up is taking a little bit of a backseat for the golf side this week. And we're talking about the rest of the sports world right now, too, because we will be talking about golf. Don't worry, everyone. We will be talking about golf. But because there's so much else going on everywhere, and because someone, aka Brendan, forgot to plan for the podcast because we thought we were having a guest come on. Spoiler alert, no guest this week. We're kind of going all over the place right now. But anyways, there's one sport that will not be playing in March when they usually play in March, and will not be playing in April when they usually play in April. And that is Mr. Timothy O'Reilly's first love of baseball.
The good thing the Friars are still rolling, baby, because Timmy would be.
Oh, it's a distraction. This is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot believe it. I may swear one too many times on this, but I am so sorry. In 2017, they had this collective bargaining agreement, and they're going through the negotiations. In the last minute, they said, if we don't get anything renegotiated by 2022, we're just going to lock you guys out. And so now what they're doing, the owners are halting all of this activity because they want to extend the playoff season, and the players union hasn't gotten negotiations going. I mean, you had all winter. Why can't you just figure this stuff out? There's nothing, you know what I look forward to every year, every time I mean, the Patriots, whether they win or lose, I like that when the season ends, I can say, okay, pitchers and catchers report on this day. It looks forward to it because right, it's opening day in baseball, then it goes right into the Masters. But I don't even know when they're going to be playing baseball, because there's nothing better than when you go to Fenway Park on opening day and you see all those people there in those bright, shiny white uniforms, and the American flag drops down over the monster, and they're lining up on the sides, they're announcing it, and the announcer's saying, singing the national anthem, whatever, and that little kid comes on the field, says, play ball, and we have America's pastime starts on that day, and now we don't even know when that's coming. Come on, figure it out. And did you know that the players are not there if they don't get paid for those 162 games in which they are contracted right now, that they are going to strike even longer? The players are losing on average $20 million as a union by not playing every single day. And it's all because of the greedy owners, and they want to expand the playoffs just because they are getting a contract with ESPN to put all these logos and whatever on their uniforms and have exclusive rights to baseball players, which they want to extend because baseball season is long enough. As we know, 162 games plus all the games, it goes 5, 7, 7 in the playoff format. They want to go even longer because of money. They're getting greedy. ESPN offered the owners a $150 million contract, and the players are refusing to play more baseball because they don't want, and they play 162 games, 6 days a week out of 7. Let's just figure this out, boys. I don't know. Then that's all I got to say about that.
Oh my God. A couple things. No swears, not a single one.
Not a single swear.
That was good.
And some people, like, if you put Putin, I don't even know how to say his name.
Jesus. Nope. Mike, nope.
Some people think Putin's a better guy, like Manfred's, get your head out of your ass. You see him, like, you see the media, like, taking snapshots of him. And I feel like he's just trying to say, suck my what back. Like when he's posing with a golf, like he's practicing his golf swing, like, get out of town, dude. Like, this guy doesn't care about these guys. They don't care about the sport. They obviously only care about one thing, and the sport needs to go in a different direction, because it just does. It's an unbelievable sport, but the way that it's constructed right now, it's losing people quick, and it sucks, because you grow up as a kid, and I mean, I eventually liked basketball the best, but baseball was the most fun by far. Like, as a kid, like going to the field just to smell the fresh grass, like after school, putting the leather mitt on, like feeling the ground ball with your dad. Like, honestly, you can't write that shit. That's historical baseball. It's got to figure it out, but maybe, change is tough, but someone's got to do something.
I get the thing with it. When someone says they don't like baseball because it's boring, I get that, because it's a long season. It's a long season of pitch after pitch after pitch, and I get it. I'm not saying I watch every game. Not by any means. It's impossible to watch every game. That's why football is fantastic. That's why anybody can be a football fan, because it's once a week. It's an event that you can get together. Baseball's every day. It's tough to watch. But you're right. Something needs to change, Mike. I agree, but adding more stress to the players might not be the answer.
Yeah.
I like that you said, I was getting a little chills when you said that, when you were describing the feel of the grass, the smell of the grass. And as a kid playing baseball, there is nothing better. There's nothing better than saying, let's go to the park, let's set up a baseball field, and let's play some ball.
It's like father and son, like it's not real, like shooting a basketball, like, yeah, but like throwing a baseball, that just has a different gives you a different chill. Brendan, you got something?
No, to me, it's just crazy, because if they were arguing, because like there have been times when, like, I personally think like the union has been wrong about a couple things on the game side. For example, like they don't want to outlaw the shift. They don't want to do a pitch clock, like stuff like that, where I think like times have changed. Like, we got to move, you got to start implementing things. Like the NBA is a perfect example of when they played, into the early 90s, like with Bill Laimbeer and the Pistons, and like the very, very hardcore type of basketball like that, where people were losing interest. And then in the late 90s, when like it was very much like still a very physical game, they had to kind of take it out. And then in the NFL,
3-point line, just a simple 3-point line changes the game.
Exactly.
Naismith didn't bring that to the table, but that's huge.
And the NFL, for example, too, with like putting in pass interference a little bit more lenient, putting it in more, so you didn't have Ty Law like legitimately mugging receivers at the line of scrimmage. Who I love Ty Law. I think he's one of the best cornerbacks of all time. But legitimately, if you watch the tape from back in the day, he used to basically tackle wide receivers at the line of scrimmage. They took that out.
Protecting your most prized asset, the quarterback.
And protecting the most prized asset. Like they made new rules. There are times like you cannot, if you're a left-handed batter, and you basically cannot go against the shift. Like no matter what, people say slap it the other way. You can't slap it when they're pitching you inside. You basically have to hit it over the shift, which is a home run, or you hit it into the shift.
Wait, time out. So you're saying baseball should outlaw the shift?
I think there's a lot of things that baseball should do.
But outlawing the shift isn't one of them. You can go wherever you want in the field. You don't even need a catcher if you don't want. What?
I disagree.
Well,
no. What do you think? What do you?
As a lefty,
I agree with the
lefty. I completely disagree.
What do you mean as a lefty? I mean, you got the right field in both Fenway and New York. Like if you're in that division, you should have 45 homers a year. If you're Barry Bonds, he'd have 1,000 dingers.
And what are you going to do for the rest of the time? You can't hit a single into right field anymore if you're a lefty, because
hit it out every time or walk. I don't want but there's a pitch clock. That's one thing. But like you can't, if you get pitched inside to because you can't figure it out, then sucks.
Yeah, you just got to get better. That's on the hitter.
You should be able to go wherever you want in the field. You should be able to go. I don't agree with
be a better hitter. Tenfold. Also,
I disagree.
Brendan, I love it. But Timmy, what's up?
Like, so this is where I, being a baseball traditionalist, is the electronic umpires. This is like a huge debate. Do you think there should be an electronic strike zone, like one of those things, or basically they review every single play? That's the tough one. The electronic strike zone is a real iffy thing. I don't know whether we should do it or not, and I am kind of biased, so I'd like to know what you guys think about that.
I haven't thought about it, but I think over the long haul, it'll make the game better, honestly, which sucks to say because you got it. Like, there's nothing better than an umpire standing behind there saying ball or strike. Like, if you can get a system to like have an electronic voice of an electric umpire whose ball and strike call is electric. That's what we need out of these technology systems, whatever they're creating. But you're going to have a more consistent strike zone. It's going to be like, you can't argue it. It's pretty like you see. I mean, do you want to eliminate that side of the game too? Like arguments and confrontation, obviously it's all good entertainment, but it's that question that the purist in me and you, I'm sure Timmy, is like, keep the ump on the field. Let's keep making mistakes and deal with it. That's how it's always been. But
what did they do before challenges in tennis? I'm trying to think if they should have a set amount of challenges.
It's all electronic now. And a lot of like the Australian Open was totally electronic. Like it knows the second that ball hits the ground, if it's out or in, and it'll say it.
Really?
For the Australian Open, I'm 95% sure. I know, like, obviously that's not consistent across tennis, but I know the Australian Open went to that. So there are changes there, but I mean, I think you're traditional. I think Wimbledon and like the new, US Open that has line judges and a main judge.
What if we propose that the baseball has an electronic strike zone with umps still on the field, and they're calling balls and strikes as normal, and if a pitcher's like, that is not a strike, or that is a strike, and they can say, all right, I'm going to use a challenge. Bada bing.
Yeah.
They say,
Yeah, they do
I
that.
don't know.
Right. That's what you were getting at with tennis. They do that in tennis too. So yeah, there's no challenges in baseball right now. Do they get one or something or no? Not on a ball or a
I
strike,
think
but a
everything's
ball,
reviewed now.
but a ball or strike isn't, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Balls and strikes.
They're
Balls and
not,
strikes
yeah.
are not challengeable.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. No, yeah. I don't know. I'm not the biggest, like, I do love baseball, but like I've got very hard feelings about how like it's all about the money for the owners now. And the fact that instead of like trying to put in, different rules that could help the game, basically, especially like I think a pitch clock is huge. Universal DH is finally coming in, which I do like. I know some people won't like that, but whatever. But it came down to money. And like, I'm just sitting there and I'm like, come on, guys, like, we got to be better than this. Like, this cannot just come down to money. Like, if this comes down to money, it's a shame. And it came down to money, and it's a shame. Oh, it's all it came down to. So unfortunate, but it happens.
It's a lot. Like when was the World Series? Like, I mean, obviously October,
November, yeah.
Late November, right? So like, yeah, these guys get very little time to themselves. Like
they had so long to figure out a deal, and they just didn't do it. They had 2 months before it, 4 months. They could have started in December, so 3 months. They could have started in December, and they waited. They sat on their butts. Horrible. Oh.
Hey, you know who also sat on his butt? This is Tiger. And he still wins the PIP. He still wins it, sitting on his ass.
I told you. Look at Mikey segments coming in hard. What a Mikey segment right there. Or sorry, Mikey segue. Sorry, Mikey segue.
We were going to run with that before the golf talk.
We were.
But
we were going to run with that before the baseball talk, but
you had a nice little segue earlier, so we had to run with that, and then we had to. But yeah, Tiger out, winning the PIP, sitting out, unbelievable.
I mean, are you surprised?
No.
The guy takes a semi-large dump, and he gets like, I'd follow it.
He doesn't even do anything. He doesn't. Imagine if he took, he would. Yeah, he doesn't even need to do anything to win. But he deserves it. He deserves every bit of it, right? Yeah. I mean, he's grown the game. He's grown the game more than anything or anyone. And
it's insane. It's literally insane.
You'd see these tweets about people should all thank Tiger for me. We're talking a couple podcasts ago about guys that aren't making a lot at the bottom of the tour, but like the guys who are making it on the tour, like you're making a lot of money
because of Tiger.
Yes. For
100%. Oh, 1000% on that side. It is just crazy when you see it and you're like, okay, here are the people that make sense, right? So Phil, like in second place, like that makes sense. Like I thought he was going to win it because he does a great job on social media. He does a great job, like outreach, everything like that. Rory Mcilroy, also up there, doing good. Jordan Spieth, not surprising. Bryson, Justin Thomas, good. DJ, little surprised because he never posts on social media or does anything like that. Brooks, well-known name. John Rahm, and Bubba Watson. So you look at that and you're just like, okay.
Brooks is after DJ. Brooks made less than DJ.
Yeah, they all made $3 million. So 7 through 10 all made $3 million. Oh, okay. Yeah, and 3 through 6 all made $3.5 million. Crazy how much money they made. But like, it's one of those things, and I know we were talking about it before the podcast. Like, yeah, there's guys who are so important to their sport, even when they're injured, they're gonna make names for themselves. And there's guys in other sports like the NBA, like the NFL, who are injured all year and are still getting paid their, you know what I mean? They're still getting paid. They get injured all year and they're still getting paid. So,
Yep.
I think it's interesting. I thought Phil was going to take it, if we're being completely honest with you. Tiger took it. Couple names I'm really surprised weren't on there were like Max Homa, because like I think he does such a good job on social media, and I thought he really kind of upped his game this year as well, and I thought he became a pretty well-known name. Like I'm very surprised Bubba Watson was on there.
Yeah, I was a little surprised there, but I mean,
Bubba's got reach, man. He does. I'm never gonna deny that, but like I was very surprised. Very surprised Bubba Watson was on there, to say the least. The rest of the guys, yeah, like they're the top 10 players. So this is basically just like a bonus to the top 10 players, besides Tiger winning it. The rest of these guys, like, Patrick Cantlay obviously wasn't going to get in there because I don't think Patrick Cantlay has like a MySpace. Never mind, like anything else. But yeah, it's good though. Like it's good to see some of the younger guys like Jordan on there. Bryson on there is really good. Just because he's a name and he scored like first and like basically like who people want to watch out of everyone. He was number one, which makes sense because like Tiger was 43, for example. Tiger also didn't swing the club once the entire year. So you're going to be, you know what I mean? So like even not swinging a club, you're still 43rd. That's goddamn impressive. But, Bryson shows that people want to, watch him, which is great. I think it's fantastic. I don't like him, but I think it's fantastic.
A good list. I'm curious if it's pretty similar next year, but we'll see.
You know how much, speaking of money, that the PGA Tour makes, do you know that the golf industry, it raises over $7 billion annually for charity? Which is kind of wild.
Wow.
But speaking of that, I have a cool couple of interesting facts for you guys. And
We're going into Timmy stats. We're going into Timmy stats. This is a new segment that we have created.
I'm gonna throw the stat out there without the numbers, and I want you two to guess. These are kind of amazing. All right. In the world, there is a certain amount of golf courses. How many golf courses do you think there are worldwide? Take a guess. I'll give you a hint. There are 1,000 in Florida, and that is the most of any state.
Can I take out a calculator?
Sure.
Oh.
I'm gonna go with 112,000.
112,000.
Mm-hmm.
Did you use a calculator?
Nope.
Really? It's way more than that.
Go for it.
I mean, say there's maybe not. Yeah, let's go 333,000.
The number of golf courses worldwide, 34,000.
What?
34,000 golf courses worldwide.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
All right. So
that's
the USA has the most golf courses in the world. So whatever. And the golf courses are only present in 85% of the countries worldwide. I mean, obviously, I don't know. I haven't heard of any golf courses in like Ethiopia or anything like that, but you never know. Mm-hmm. The average golf course, how many rounds do you think are played per year in that one particular course?
17. No, I'm kidding.
So you go to a year-round course. Let's say you go to Hilton Head Island and you go play at Harbor Town.
PPC or something like that. Yeah.
How many rounds of golf are played on that course?
So I just said 100,000, right?
For
like 112,000 courses.
Is every
now I'm in my head, and now I don't want to go over that.
I just guessed an astronomically high number in that guess, Brendan. Your guess was actually decently close compared to mine. I'm a little bit embarrassed that I said 333,000. Because I did a quick all right, 25,000 in the US. Yeah, that's crazy that I got that. But 34,000, that's low.
Yeah.
I average 500 a state for the US. That gives you 25, and then running up. Not a bad guess based on that, but I don't know.
So here's the thing. Let's do 6.
Does every person's round count as a round, or just like?
Yeah, that's another good question. So is it one person, 18 holes, 1 round, or is it 4 people, 1 round?
That's a great question. I don't know the answer.
Doesn't have a.
Then you got to multiply by 4, basically.
All right. So do you want to neglect that question?
What was the answer?
The answer is.
Hold on. Let's just fucking guess.
I'm gonna go with 50,000 rounds. That's
In
probably
one-
really high, but that's okay.
1 year.
Yeah.
Brendan, that's not a bad guess.
Timmy, no freaking hints, bro. What'd you guess, Brendan?
50,000. I bet you it's lower after both of your.
I was gonna say 14,500. I'm gonna guess way lower, but
So it is 30,000 rounds. So Michael is closer.
and you went over, Brendan. You can't go over.
Go over.
No.
I went over twice. Oh, God.
Oh, this one's a good one. This one you need an exact number.
Oh, Jesus.
Average age of a golfer in the United States. What is the average age?
When was this time stamped? What's the date on this thing?
The date is.
Has it got one?
2022.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's taking COVID data into effect, I'm assuming.
Looks like it.
I guess.
37.
Yeah, I was gonna go with like 33.
The average age of a golfer in the United States of America is 54 years old.
Get out of here.
54 years old, which is another reason why I love golf so much, because we can play it until we are 103 years old.
That was a copy and paste from before COVID.
We're getting destroyed, man. We're getting absolutely destroyed.
What do you think the average handicap
I like this.
of the golfer?
I
golfers
don't
in the world.
100% know this as a fact, but I think it's 24. Like, I think it's around there.
I would say 26. 29.
24 and 29. So you have to take into consideration that these people have handicaps. So you can't take into the Joe Schmo who goes once a year, who is probably a 35.
And the Joe Schmo probably cheats a little.
Yeah.
So 10?
I think I'm sticking at 24.
I'll go 26. I'll go back to my first guess.
The average golf handicap is between 13 and 15.
Get out. That's ridiculous.
That's a lie.
You make me feel like shit.
I mean, I'm a 12. Like, Mike, you're probably like an 11 or a 10 at least.
It's like a 10.9.
Yeah,
Let's
Tim, you're probably right
round
around.
up.
Tim, you're around us, right? You might even be lower. You might even be like a 9.
No, that's the goal this year, is to get to a single. I'm a 10 point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I gotta re-up. I gotta re-log in, pay up, renew.
All right. So we stand on a par 3 and we're like, we got a shot. That's what I am. We got a shot. We have a shot to make a hole in one. Yeah. So you're saying there's a chance. Just exactly how much of a chance do you have? What are the odds of making a hole in one?
Oh, I've read this. 1 in 7 million, I think. Something like that.
I'm not going to say anything.
1 and 2, 50-50.
He doesn't want to go over.
Yeah, right.
Actually,
No, I am over. Yeah. 22.
the odds of making a hole-in-one in a round of golf is 12,500 to 1.
Oh, I went way over. Damn.
The odds of making 2 hole-in-ones in one round, 67 million to 1.
Wow.
67 million.
Close on that one. Oh man.
Yeah. So are the odds better? Like that's just one hole? That's just a chance on one hole?
No, in one round of golf, the odds of making a hole-in-one.
Okay.
So you have 4 chances.
Right.
So I guess you multiply it by 4 and whatever, because the typical golf course has.
Right.
All right. On TPC Sawgrass, coming close to the Players' Championship, this could be our little segue. TPC Sawgrass, the infamous 17th hole. For those of you who don't know, it's an island green. How many balls are hit into the water every year at number 17 at TPC Sawgrass?
Well, you said that how
average
many
30,000 rounds. I want to go with 30,000 balls.
Oh shit! I'm gonna divide it by 4. Go one every group. So 7. 7,000.
Period.
7,000.
Yeah.
I'll run about 8,000.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 10,000 balls.
It's probably less.
Roughly 125,000 balls are hit a year into the water on the 17th hole at TPC.
Wait, yeah,
those people have it so bad.
Because people probably teed up again. It's probably like 9 a group, 9 a person.
Jesus.
No, I don't know, because they're teeing up from the drop zone, which is
well,
still
again, it's
water.
not an average golf course though, so they probably get a lot more rounds. Like, you know what I mean? They probably get a lot more rounds too. They're probably averaging 100,000 rounds a year, if not more.
That's true.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
And do you guys know when Tiger made his first hole-in-one?
When he was like 13 or something like that, right? Or when he was 7? I don't know.
One guess only. My guess is 7. Yours is 13.
My guess is 5.
Tiger Woods was 8 years old when he cashed
I was right.
first hole in Jimmy.
I was right. Damn it, I was right. No, let it go.
Fucking Tigre.
Love him.
The last one I will say is the Old Course of St. Andrews was founded in 1552.
Oh, you're getting
469 years ago. When was the first course in the United States founded?
When was 1869?
Nope. The Old Course was founded in 1552.
Oh, 1552.
The new course in Scotland was founded in 1895. So it was obviously 300 years until they made another course. So when was the first course founded in the United States? I'll give you a hint. It was on a sheep farm.
I'm going to go like 1870.
Yeah, 1862.
You guys both did not go over. It was found in Downers Grove, Illinois in 1892.
Wow.
First 18-hole course in the United States was Downers Grove Golf Course. I've never even heard of it. I wonder, it's still intact after all these years. It's been downsized to 9 holes.
Boo. How do you
I gotta look up this golf course.
Yeah.
How can you have the first golf course in the United States be 9 holes?
What's it called, Timbo?
It is called Downers, like Debbie Downers Grove Golf Course. Downers Grove Golf Course.
Got it. It's a unique and scenic course. Okay.
Oldest course in America only has 11 reviews on TripAdvisor.
Oh,
You
at 176.
It says site of America's first 18-hole golf course. The Downers is now a 36-hole scenic course. Challenging experience.
This is the first golf course in America that doesn't even have a Wikipedia page. Are you kidding me?
I know, right?
Did you find one? Did you find a Wikipedia page?
No, I didn't. I just went to their
Trying to look at it.
I mean, I'm going right to their website. At least they have a website, I guess.
Yeah. Brutal. Oh my goodness.
Very
Brutal.
Very green. Very green.
Oh, it does look nice.
Downers Grove. Put it in the bank. Illinois, little 9-holer. Maybe a second round of the day. A little quick twilight. Take a trip
Replay
there.
rounds are free.
Wow, that's nice.
Great.
That's
That's
nice
great.
perk.
That's basically all you can play for $21.
That's impressive. I love that.
It is only 9 holes, but
That's okay. I do like 3 tracks. Just keep going.
Boys, where do we got the golf this weekend?
This week is Bay Hill. So
Arnie.
this week is the Arnold Palmer.
Bay Hill. I'm salivating over my lineup. I'm rosterbating over here.
I
Roster
just
baiting.
realized that we are in the Orlando area this weekend, and we didn't even think to go to the Arnold Palmer Invitation.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. You guys should definitely buy tickets.
What a miss! What a miss!
Wow. How much you think they're going for?
I don't know, but Friday. All right. Brendan,
Yes.
last year, who won last year? It wasn't Rory, right?
Bryson
Rory won 2 years
DeChambeau.
ago.
Bryson
Duh.
DeChambeau won
He's not
last
even
year.
playing this year, right?
He's not. So he has an injury currently. Like I said, we're very prepared for this podcast. If you could not tell,
$80, $75.
Go to it. Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
Friday.
Oh, but yeah. So last year was Bryson and Lee Westwood in the final round. If you guys remember that, coming down. And then remember at the Players, it was also Bryson and Lee Westwood in the final round together.
Oh, yes.
Before JT came out of nowhere. Which, by the way, the Players is still not golf's 5th major. It will never be golf's 5th major. We'll talk more about that next week. But we're not calling it golf's 5th major. You stop it. Anyways,
No.
It's a nice tournament to have around these times, but no way can we coin it that term.
No, we will not coin it golf's 5th major. Anyways, yeah, I last year the Arnold Palmer was fantastic. Oh, it was such a good tournament. It always is a good tournament. I mean, it's the house that Arnie built. Bay Hill's a great course. Bryson hitting it across the pond from he was able to get it like 310 yards, and yeah, that was sick.
Why is he not playing this week?
Nah, he's hurt.
Why?
Yeah,
he's hurt.
Yeah, so they're saying he's trying to get back for the Players, but there's a lot of inside chat, a lot of infield chatter to come back to baseball. That he will be out until at least the Masters. So the Masters might be when he comes back.
Finally catching up to his back, the way he swings that thing. My goodness.
Yeah, I think it's a wrist injury this time, actually.
Of course it is.
Yeah, but I mean, the golfers that always catch.
I know. I don't know jack shit. I do know that my back's going to be hurting me after this weekend. My goodness.
Oh my God, Michael. What a line. What a line. I'm on a golf podcast. I don't know jack shit about golf. We're joking, everybody. We are absolutely joking. Michael is actually a PGA expert, especially when it comes to daily fantasy picks.
Yeah, that's why I had to deposit money into my account when we started this show.
Oh, so we have not actually. So we have been doing. Well, I don't know if you guys have been doing. I've been doing daily fantasy over the past couple weeks. I've been losing money like very, very, very poorly. But yeah. So I've got I've got my lineup. Who wants to go? Honestly, we haven't done it in so long. I forget who went first last time. So who wants to go first?
I haven't done one in I don't know, since our first one, I guess. And so I guess we'll saving money up until this week because I did an expensive one.
There with you, Timbo. I've steered clear. I've been betting on the Super Bowl. I've been betting on the Friars. I've been betting on other things.
How are you betting on the Friars? Oh, have you been going to Mass to do it?
No, that's a lie.
You can't bet on college teams in Rhode Island, right?
Yeah, no, I haven't been betting on the Friars. You caught me in a dead lie. Because I've been using the sports book, but it's been other college basketball teams outside of RI. But
so I've been first,
I know.
Mike, you want to go first?
Yeah, I will. I'll take the lead here. I'll take the
excellent.
Lead. Yeah, all right, sportsbook. Wake up and let the boys bet on the Friars. So I'm just gonna keep this real quick and simple because this is a three-headed monster, and we got some guys coming up the rear that I think can hold shit down. So I'm gonna start off with Rory Mcilroy, just because I feel like I don't know. I haven't been following the golf world too closely lately, but he's been able to speak up and stick up for what he believes in, and I think his character and his testicular fortitude is for the ripens in a
what a word
is in this Bay Hill matchup. He's going to be tested by Hideki Matsuyama, who's also 10,300 on the site we use. Rory's 11,100. So taking guys at the top. Hideki, I mean, I think he's steady Eddie. Don't know how good he'll do, but hopefully he wins and I win a bunch of money. Will Zalatoris, 9,400. So we got Rory, Matsuyama, and Willie Z.
Do you have any money left over?
That's right. I forgot about Timmy's prediction that he's never gonna hit the golf ball in the hole ever again. But, Timmy doesn't think he's gonna win a PGA Tour event. Question, Timmy, though, like our Masters, our majors, PGA Tour events.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna count them as that, but no.
Yes. I know what you're saying, like technicality wise.
Right.
Yeah. No, he will never win a PGA Tour event. I mean, I don't want to count like a secondary event, like if he doesn't qualify for the US Open and they're playing.
Yeah, but he's never gonna play in the Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Willie Z, if you're out there listening, we'd love to have you on the show. We really like you, kiddo.
You're gonna roast him. Absolutely roast him.
Yep. But I like Timmy coming out with some bold predictions because that's what this is all about, having a little fun. I got Danny Willett coming in. I'm yelling.
Really?
I'm yelling.
Mr. Masters himself.
I mean, my last three.
Tim, you've got him in a couple, right?
Danny Willett? I feel like I've had him in the Masters.
Honestly, he just reminds me of Luke Donald so much, and I know that one of your first golf loves was Luke Donald. So
can I finish?
No, you can't, Mike. No, go ahead.
Danny Willett, Henrik Stenson, and you gotta go with the Ryder Cap, ZJ, Zach Johnson, to round it out. So we got.
Are they all below 7,000?
6,300, my friend. Danny Willett, 64. Yeah, we bottom of the barreled it, and I saw some quality names down there. And
but that's not even really bottom of the barrel. I mean, usually when you get bottom of the barrel at like 6,300, you get like Bryce Garnett or like, you know what I mean? Like
apparently the site we're using doesn't think that the Ryder Cup cap is gonna have a little extra step this week. I mean, come on, you gotta be kidding.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, Timbo,
that's
what do you think?
Topic. Do you guys like that pick or?
I like the ZJ pick.
I very much like the Zach Johnson.
He's in the news. He's jacked up off of his selection. I like that.
The best part is too, he doesn't have to play, so we don't have to see him like messing with his driver and all of a sudden accidentally hitting the ball off the tee again, like he's done like 3 or 4 times over the past 2 years. It's hilarious every time he does it.
CJ, do you think he'll finish in the top 30?
No. big old miss cut.
I'll let you know next week once you see my lineup how it finishes.
Big old miscut. from the ZJ this week, but
All right,
still
you
love
take
him.
it, Brennan. You take it. What do you got down there?
Okay. So I,
You're
as
my
always,
three-headed monster.
looked at this thoughtfully. And even though I'm going to lose money, I looked at it thoughtfully. First guy that I have up.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Keep it to myself. No, I'm kidding. First guy I got $9,300, Tyrrell Hatton. Tyrrell Hatton has won this event once. He's finished in the top 5 twice. He is an absolutely hilarious person to watch on the golf course.
He's an angry elf.
He is he's he's like 5'7". Like he is the angriest of all elves. Like he's fantastic. I love him. Tyrrell Hatton, first pick, 9,300. Wow. Second pick, 9,200. We are staying with the English and we are picking Matthew Fitzpatrick. Matthew Fitzpatrick has finished in the top 10 at this event the past 4 years. We are sticking with him.
Paying up.
I don't want to talk to you right now, Michael.
9,200? Jeez.
2 top 10s and made every cut this year. Why wouldn't you pick him?
Willie Z, one more buck.
Yeah, but I didn't have an extra buck because at 9,100, I picked someone who I will probably regret picking. Even though I do like him, whenever he's in my lineup, he usually does really bad. But he's very, very good at this tournament. It is Big Leash, Mark Leishman.
Okay, I like
91.
$9,100. Like, so pretty expensive. I mean, hasn't missed a cut all year, 3 top 10 finishes. He said that this is the best golf he's ever played in his career, which he's played some pretty damn good golf in his career. So hearing that, pretty happy about it. And then we start getting down to, like Mikey says, bottom of the barrel guys, but not too bad. Yep. 7,800, we got Maverick McNealy. He's having a very, very good year with 2 top 10 so far, only 1 missed cut. $7,500, we've got Chris Kirk. Absolutely not revolutionizing. What's the word? Reincarnating his career. I know there's a better word than reincarnation, but you know, resurrecting. Yes,
Jesus. You got the ashes on your
got the ashes for everything.
You keep validating that pick there. Oh my god, who's Chris Kirk? I'm sorry, Chris.
How dare you? Chris Kirk is actually a very good golfer, my friend.
No, I bet he is.
7,500. He's having a really good year. So I've got him. And then finally, 7,100. 3 top 10s this year. Only 1 missed cut. Big old friend of the program. It's not the Charlie Hoffman train, boys. We're going back to Brendan's first true love, Lanto.
Oh Griffin. My God. Did we have an over-under on him? Or was that Charlie Hoffman?
We have over-under on Charlie Hoffman, but Charlie Hoffman's in the doghouse after what he said about the Saudi Golf League, remember? He said the PGA Tour is not being good to him, and it's like, all right, Charlie, calm down. So
he's not playing this week.
He's not. He's hurt. He's been hurting.
So it doesn't count. It doesn't count as a miss that you didn't pick him. You could pick him.
No, but I did not pick him. I think when he not at the waist. I did pick him at the waist, and then but the week after he finished in like the top 10 at the Genesis, I think, and I didn't pick him. Yeah, bad.
But it wasn't live. We didn't.
That is true.
State it on the podcast.
That is true indeed. All right, Timbo, you're the last one here.
Mike, well, because I like your the CJ pick, because he is kind of current in the whole in the media, in the news. He is relevant. That's kind of the theme of my lineup we got going on tonight, and this theme has to do with another podcast that has to do with golf, because usually when people are associated with this other podcast, they do well in tournaments. So right now, first I'll give you the ones that aren't associated. Sam Burns, just because he's Sam Burns and he's just
Mike's
top-
bitter enemy. Mike's bitter enemy. Oh, Mike, he
He's
missed
got
the
4
cut,
top
right?
10s this year. I didn't even
Roller
realize that.
coaster, Timmy. Roller coaster.
Mike, he missed the cut when you picked him, right?
Yeah, MC didn't even come close. I don't even. Yeah.
Him at the PGA is an all-time because he literally finished like third to last. Like literally finished. Remember that? Mike was so excited about his Sam Burns pick, and he finished third. No, he withdrew. He withdrew after the first day. That's right.
WD.
He withdrew after, I think, what was it, 9 holes or something crazy like that. Like legitimately withdrew after like 9 holes. It was
Every time
nuts.
I don't put him in my lineup, he's dynamite. So good. Have fun. Yeah, you good shit, Tim.
He's gonna be top 5 that he's in Tim's.
He's super salty about Sammy.
He's the worst. I mean, every time I pick him, it's a roller coaster.
Sammy boy.
You ever want to come on, Sam?
Mike's gonna
I
roast
do think
him.
he needs a better hat. I think Sammy needs a better hat.
Great mustache though. What a mustache.
He's a hell of a golfer, man. I mean, just
except when Mike puts it, when we know Mike has him in his lineup, we have to take him out of
Yeah. Switch. Yeah, maybe we'll
all right, so you got Sammy, Timmy. That's on me.
Yeah. So
interrupting.
the person who had great success last year. This has nothing to do with in the media, but who had great success in the beginning of the year last year. Corey Connors, value pick at $7,600.
Okay.
Yada. Jason Kokrak. We all know how his year has started very nicely. He already has a W. All right, and these next 3, because of their current media and social media following, and they are relevant in that aspect, I pick Tommy Fleetwood, who has struggled in the past as of late, but actually he's 5 or 6 this year, 1 T10.
Missed the cut last week.
Yep, $7,900. Taylor Gooch.
Chooch and Gooch. We're back together.
From Chooch loves the Gooch. He's on the board. And last but not least, Max Homa. Max Homa is all 3 of those guys. They are young. They are ready to go. They are ready to take on each title. And that's all I got going on here. None of them are above $9,000. I have a lineup that's 18.
Mom and pop. He's always going back to the
mom and pop. Oh boy.
Oh, I love it. We're gonna follow Timmy. We're gonna have a great weekend. We're gonna follow our lineups. Brendan, don't be afraid to share your lineup. Maybe we can hop on like 8. Oh, we got to do the Grinch or 18 birdies. What are you on, Brendan?
18 Bs. 18 Bs. I tried the Grint. I don't know how you guys felt about it. And I mean, like, if the Grint decides to sponsor the podcast, believe me, I will go right back to the Grint.
Timmy's a big fan of it. Timmy and Brian use it well, and I get the alerts, which I like. I just haven't taken the time.
I just personally like 18 birdies, like actual. So like I like the Grint more for the social side, but like the actual 18 birdies GPS, I like a lot more because it's a lot more accurate.
18 birdies GPS is dope.
Yeah, it's so much more accurate than the Grint is. I don't like it's the Grint doesn't even get it sometimes within like 3 or 4 yards for me. And like 18 birdies is like on the money every time.
My handicap is way lower on 18 birdies. So mine's like 11 or something on 18 birdies. What's yours on there, Mike? Like 9? Yeah, I think something like that.
Yeah. So I just tell everyone I'm an 11 handicap.
I go by the gin.
I gotta get it back. But yeah, I mean
8.1 on birdies. 8.1.
8.1?
Yeah.
It's nuts. It's nuts. Oh.
That's awesome.
It makes me feel better. But then I look at I'm like, why can't these just be the same? I don't even want it. Why are you telling me something different than the legitimate one?
Hey, you're not wrong, sir. You're not wrong.
Maybe I transition to the Grint. What'd you say, Timbo?
Nothing. That's one of the main reasons I like the Grint is because it automatically updates hole by hole to your gin.
I think 18 birdies is I think they did that. I think it might be there, but not yet. Like, I think they're introducing that, which would be nice.
I mean, I'm down to make the switch this weekend. If we spend like a half hour on upload and everything. Would love to make that seamless transition.
Seamless.
Speaking of this weekend, boys, I know I've got not like a golf trip, but like I have a bachelor party, which we will be playing golf one day at. So that's fun. So we got a little bogeys for the boys and girls. We got a little bogeys for the boys
and girls.
But yeah, I will be playing. I don't even know where we're playing, to be honest with you. I know it's just like a public course around Scottsdale, so I'm pretty pumped about that. But yeah, what about you guys heading down to Orlando? What?
What's the name of the course?
I have no idea.
Oh, never mind.
Brendan he's going for the good time.
I'm along for the ride this weekend, man.
The good time.
I am bringing my set though, so that's good.
Timmy, we're playing 18, 36, 54, 72 holes, 4 rounds.
72.
Wow. Back's going to be
Mystic Dunes. We are playing the Disney Palm. The one that who recommended that one?
Shout out Landon.
Landon.
Shout out Landon. Shout out Landon Durham.
Then we got Celebrations, which is it's going to be a 2-man scramble kind of thing. What's their name? The Good Boys just golf there. And liked what I saw in their videos. And then after that, the final day is going to be the Good Boys actually also golf there as well. But it's going to be the Champions Gate International course. It's supposed to be like a link style course.
Interesting.
Just kind of, yeah.
Arms away.
You look it up on the map, it looks pretty sweet. Well, yeah, and then I've never been to a Top Golf, and I guess there's some talk of some Top Golf in there.
You guys should definitely go. It's so much fun. Top Golf is so much fun. It's just a bar. It's a driving range with a bar attached to it. It's very fun.
Beautiful. I like it's like all. Of course, I like it. There's all like stats.
Yeah.
Like it knows.
Yeah. Give me stats.
Oh, you're getting me.
We got the Chooch Files. That's a name for it. That's a name for it. We've got it.
What? Chooch Files?
Timmy Stats, aka the Chooch Files. We got it. Love it. Oh, by the way, I don't know. Tim Landon reached out to me this weekend. He finished tied for 50. So shout out Landon again. We're shouting out Landon. Yep. Shout out Charlie, his buddy. No.
How do you do?
Tied for 15th. -3 on par 5s, but +4 on the par 3s, and then even on the par 4s. Finished tied for 15th in his tournament.
He's a par 5 assassin. Great. What tournament was it?
I have no. It was an amateur event down in Florida, I think. But yeah, shout out Landon. Great event. Par 5, absolute par 5 assassin. That young man crushes them. So that's all that matters.
That is all that matters. Be confident on those long ones.
Love to be an assassin on the par 5s. Oh,
yeah. I don't know if we're gonna make it look as easy, Timbo, this weekend, but some of the golf I've been watching on some of the courses, you watch some of these guys that play more, then you go and try and follow the act, and it looks. I don't know how my expectations are. Are they high going in? I don't know. I want to say yeah.
There was someone who commented on my thing being like, let's have a 10 handicap in every, because it was like, what could you finish? What's one thing you could change on like the PGA Tour? And someone said like, let's have a 10 handicap out there, like playing every week. And I'm like, no, let's just have like one of the best golfers, like a scratch golfer, like one of the best golfers that play in a tournament. That dude will shoot 90 and get cut. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the PGA players do is absolutely insane. Like how good they are. If they came to like a regular golf course, they would shoot like 15 under. Like no doubt about it. It's insane.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Who's the best golfer you guys know?
What was that, Tim?
Who's the best golfer you guys know? Who's the best golfer you've ever played with?
Brandon, probably. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, probably
Brandon.
Like on a pretty regular occasion.
Yeah, he was filthy. He ran. Yeah, shout out Brandon Nolan. Like filthy golfer. Oh my god.
Is that a kid?
Yeah, as a kid
That's
now.
it.
As a
Just
kid.
There's a kid named Rory.
Rory.
Oh, get ready.
Awesome.
I love
awesome
it.
for him. Good
He's going to
kid.
be a golfer for sure.
Sorry, I just apparently a boat just came into the harbor because I just heard the freaking cruise ship go whoop whoop or whatever the little thing on the the little tone on the ship. So I was like, what is that? Interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say Brandon. I mean, like Brandon was shooting in like the low 70s when we were like 15.
Mark Forbes too. He's an Attleboro. I've played
He's
with
a
him.
legend.
He's like
He's an
a
Attleboro legend.
he's like a
I've never
70.
played with Mark Forbes though.
Yeah, and he's like 72, and he's like
Still shooting.
He's won the Attleboro Open like 13 times. Like,
yeah. You played with him?
Yeah, he with at Wannamoysis a little bit. We run some basketball clinics together. He's a local Attleboro legend.
And you and Tim are, I mean, you and Timmy are still, or Tim, I don't know if he goes by Timmy still or Tim. You and Tim are still pretty friendly, right?
Yeah. We run clinics together, and yeah, good fam for sure.
Yeah. No, I just always remember like every year, like reading, again, sorry everyone, we're off track, but reading the paper when like the local Attleboro Amateur Open like finished up, and it was like 3 years in a row, and it was just like Mark Forbes. Like they would have like all the champions like listed, and it would just be like Mark Forbes, random dude, Mark Forbes. I'm like, okay, dude, like let someone else win for once, like for Christ's sake.
Unreal. We'll get there, boys. This weekend's a good start.
No, right?
A good. Hey, we all brought our handicaps down last.
We did. I brought mine down by 2 points last year. I was at a 13 and I got to an 11.
Last warm season, we all brought them down. This warm season, we gotta bring them down even more.
Imagine that. That'd be unreal. Oh, I'd be so happy with that.
That's the goal. Single handicap. Let's do it.
Do it.
Love it. Tim, get a golfer poll to end what I have deemed. Even though it's not the worst podcast, this was actually one of our really, really fun ones. But to quote unquote myself, the worst podcast ever. Do you have one? Do you have a golf poll to end the worst podcast ever?
The worst podcast? This is actually, I'm just curious for you guys. I was thinking about this earlier. This is more of I guess it's a poll. When you guys go to the range, which club do you pull first?
Pitching wedge.
Pitching wedge every time, no matter what?
Every time.
How much time do I got?
Ooh, actually, I do either the pitching wedge or the attack wedge. One of the two.
How much time do I the gap wedge you said?
Yeah. So like how they say like approach, like gap wedge, approach wedge, anything like that.
Yeah.
So I call it the attack wedge because I'm trying to psych myself up and be like, I don't approach greens, I attack them, but I approach them. But it's either the pitching wedge or the attack wedge.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's either 52 pitching wedge or 9 iron, like somewhere in there. I'm usually starting with a high a wedge and working my way down through my mid irons to low irons, and then
making my way downtown.
Making my way downtown.
Well, now you got me thinking, Brendan. Now, like naming the clubs different, like how like the gap wedge has a G, but naming it something like your a wedge, you could be like the arousal wedge or something. I don't know.
Gap I love it.
Could be
I call it the attack wedge.
I don't know why I'm going like sexual innuendo things, but
I love it, dude. Ever since like my dad had one, and I was just like, he called it like his gap wedge, but I always called it the attack wedge. And then when I switched over to Callaway clubs, like it came with the gap wedge, which they call an approach wedge, which I just call it an attack wedge. I love it. I think it's hilarious. Like, I'm attacking the greens. It's like, no, you're not, dude. It's in the bunker. Calm down.
What's your L wedge? What should the L stand for?
Oh, 60 degree. Crush it.
Well, I know what it means, but I'm saying you name it something wedge. Like based.
Yeah, it's a lob wedge.
Person. No. I'm saying like how each wedge has its own L, S, A, G. Like because of based on what it is. You name it based on your personality. Name it. Be like, oh, that's my
loser wedge.
Yeah, like something like that. You know what I mean?
Oh man. I don't know. Lag wedge.
Luff.
Lofted wedge.
Love
Yeah.
wedge.
Luff wedge.
Love wedge.
Off. Doesn't even have to do with golf.
Sand wedge. My shitty wedge.
Larry.
Yeah.
The Larry wedge.
Larry wedge. Ooh, Larry wedge. I like it.
Larry. Grab Larry.
I might call my I might name my I like it. The 60 degree might have a new name, and it might be Larry. Ooh.
Oh my god, that's a good one. We might have just thought of something new.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boys, I have an announcement to make. So the wooden putter is put together.
Wow.
I have a wooden putter.
To ship it?
And it is put together, and I will make the biggest thing. I am raw dogging it. My old putter, my old Nike putter, the one I've been using for 10 years, is currently in Rhode Island, and my wooden putter is in the bag in Orlando right now. I am not even bringing the old putter.
Did you
I'm
ship
just gonna
it?
send it. I don't even want the option. I just want to make it my putter.
No, you just gotta play with it. You can't put it back. You know what I mean? You just gotta get used to it.
Nope.
Oh, love that, Timmy. Love that.
That's unreal. I know you guys have to take a ton of videos with the wooden putter. That's gonna be sick.
You gotta wrap that thing up nice and gently when you ship it.
Lots of bubble wrap. Lots of bubble wrap around that bad boy. I put so much bubble wrap around my driver, like it barely fits. Because my 3-wood, I told you guys that story. My 3-wood broke.
Right.
Yes.
So I'm like, I have the head cover on that one, and it's taped up, and then all my other, like my driver is just all bubble wrapped, and I'm like, you are not breaking. Like, I cannot get another M6 because I bought this for like $300, and they're selling for $300 still to this day. I know, it's crazy.
Tough life we live.
What are you gonna call
all right, boys?
Podcast, Brendan?
Huh?
And I know we're leaving, but you got to come up with a great, brutal name for the podcast.
I told you it's the worst podcast ever. Like, that's the name of it.
But I like it.
It's we're gonna drive so many views this week. It's gonna be absolutely hilarious. Like, it's so funny. Like,
I think we had a great little.
I think we had a great little
bag
tip. I thought that was lovely for going in absolutely blind.
Been a good little run here, boys, and we'll have a lot to share next week. We'll have a lot to share next week.
Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah.
I like this. One final question.
What'd you say, Kenny?
Since we did so many random stuff during the day, might as well, or during the podcast.
Brendan, you travel all the time. Mike, you probably travel more than I do. What do you guys do on planes? What's your go-to activity? Are you a sleeper? Are you
I can't
watch a movie? Do you read a book?
Nope. No? I've never been able to sleep on planes, which is why cross-Atlantic trips mess me up, because I cannot sleep on the plane, and it's just bad. It's really bad.
So what do you do?
I watch movies.
Movie guy.
Watch movies, listen to podcasts. I'm probably going to download a ton of podcasts tonight. So listen to ours on the plane tomorrow and everything like that too. Gonna be a long 6-hour flight, so I haven't had one of these in a bit. Probably
that when you land, it's sweet, and going out there, like seeing all the mountains and.
No, and they're mountains that are like, you know, when you usually see mountains, you're like, oh, snow. It's like, oh, that's a desert mountain.
Right.
I'm really looking forward. Tim, cut that part up. Oh, it's a desert mountain.
Timmy, I can sleep. You know me, I can sleep through anything. So I'm a big sleeper to pass the time. I'll probably go in there. I'm kind of like a weird, like I don't really listen to, like, this whole year driving to and from Zavarian for basketball practice was like a 50-minute ride. Like, I don't think one time I turned on, unless it was like a PC game or a Celtics game, silence, no radio, no nothing. Like, I don't turn on.
No way.
Yeah, some people call me a psychopath, but
Mike, we need to get you to a therapist.
I've never been a huge music guy. Like, I've never been.
But you don't even put on like 98.5 or anything like that?
No. It's like I'm just good being just thinking my own good thoughts, you know, like music sometimes just I don't know.
It's an interesting fact.
I know
No podcast. No,
I used to do golf podcasts big time, but since like it's been out of golf season, I kind of like turned them off for a while, and I don't know, I just don't bother with much. But yeah, hey, are we still recording here or what?
Oh yeah, we're still recording. Worst podcast ever, baby.
Love it.
Oh, all right, boys. Well, I appreciate you guys very much. I appreciate everyone who listened tonight. It was hilarious. It was a great show. I know I'm calling it the worst podcast ever, but what a show tonight, boys. Fantastic. Yeah.
Play better.
Yeah. Let it fly. Duff it up.
Duff it up.
See you, boys. Bye.